entered that false location.
Traveler.
Hmm?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
He gave him the eye just then, but I was never given the eye. So when Dave froze up like that, it was because the false memory was implanted in his mind, no wonder. And in that moment, he had given the eye.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
And with him this whole time, until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. What are you planning on doing with it?
I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Prince is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved. You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic, after he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears. Even if just for a moment. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
And the cause of the Hilichurls to calm down back then was Kari Bear's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the Hilichurls a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Perhaps I think it was very meaningful
All that's
indeed.
left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Had he been given that right to live, he would have been a great person. But he was never gifted that right. But at least he allowed many others in the world who had the same initial fate as him.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
I was expecting to see you in this cutscene. Just too busy talking. Of course, not real. Not actually there.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
No. God damn it.
How about a conversation?
Yeah, I guess. This is such a weird scene. I can see both of them at once. Like, holy fuck.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane. I mean, I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the heavenly principles awaken.
The principals are still asleep?
Yes. For 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it. You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful, even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now? He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but, let's think for a second. We were accused the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened. Wait, really?
Guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Kari Bear all along. He's gone. I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
What happened after that?
I can't seem to remember. I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? Sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Hey, Ron, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Oh, it's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened.
So Carberry said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them.
And we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
Make sure you remember it this time.
He's happy wherever he is, and we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like
He just gave
everyone
them a
thinks
good ending
Kari
right at the
Bear
end.
left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now. Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now.
We'll see. There's a Tosa.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was part of the search party, so honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important. He always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and now, if Kari Bear wants me to forget about the time we spent together, then I'm willing to try. I relied on him for a lot of things, but I'm sure with enough time, even the deepest of attachments can fade. Okay, I'll admit, I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying good... You don't need to comfort me. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back.
Well, that should be it, right? Oh, right. Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
What that happened? I can't remember. Feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture?
Let's go along with each other, the two of you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bedtime story. Isn't that the thing I had to complete?
Whoa! I can join the
Oh.
team?
Character can be invited while progressing through flowers resplendent on the Scunsort Sojourn. I imagine that's the... Yep, there it is. Natlan, a new adventure. I have to start Romer Time Harbor, which is interesting because I have to go through Sumeru to get there. I'm massive out of Sumeru. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that. That's kind of cool. Oh, also, I get that real quick. Hold on. Nope, press wrong buttons. Go here. Thank you. I finally finished that part of the main quest, so I could grab that. Oh, I thought I'd accidentally got Kachina. I would have been so mad at myself. I don't want Kachina. Or, sorry, I almost got Milani again. Because right now I'm on I have hard pity. Well,
Whoa!
I have 50-50. What's new? Oh, it's that. So we only speed memory. Days live cross swords with your sibling. The card was wrong with consciousness. Complete bedtime story. Yep. And of course, new story item. Of course. Group photo from an unknown time. Group photo that has surpassed the rules somehow. Being taken by some unknown person using unknown means in a space that should no longer exist. That's cool. He took a picture with the two of them. It's while they were sitting there. The dude used the power of the Loam of Fate to do some amazing bullshit right at the end. Without anyone knowing. It's kind of cool. Also, I like that there's just a Sealy here. Let's do a Sealy, why not? Where are you going? In case you can't tell by the amount of treasure stuff that is around here, I haven't done this region very much. But I am going to go do that one right after this. But it is 4 o'clock. I have about an hour before I need to go go grab dinner. How far do you go, little buddy? Oh, you go all the way over here? That's cool. This looks like a multi-part thing. Like this is just one part of it. Oh, never mind. Chest right away. There is one of these right here, though. I haven't done one of those in ages. Well, probably do this next. I've got nothing else to do anyways.
There is no purer form of water than rain.